Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Double Stuff Podcast, where we're double the hosts, double the topics, definitely double the fun. And I'm Alan.
I'm Dan.
I'm Sarah.
And I'm Charity.
And guess what month we're in, guys?
What month are we in, Alan?
We're still in July.
Really?
Yeah.
Newsflash.
Guess what?
What is it, Alan?
Some people even celebrate Christmas in July, and that's going to be the topic that we're going to be talking about today.
Oh my
because
gosh.
it is relatively new to me. I wasn't even aware of this until you guys introduced the possibility that Christmas in July is even a thing. I thought you were lying, but since you brought it to my attention, every July something pops up, and I'm like, huh. I guess there is something to this.
I was gonna do this because this is gonna be part of our third anniversary episode from our last series episode, or series 16. But I was like, it doesn't make sense to be trying to do it so early in like May and part of June. So I was like, we'll save it for July. But if you want to listen, it was episode 66. I think it's called "You Sound Just Like Nat King Cole."
Okay,
which was the episode. So if you guys want to listen to the old episode of that, you can listen to that, and then come back here.
Sarahpedia over here.
Yeah. Well, since then, I've done a little bit of research, or had a researcher do some research for me. And so here's the origins, or at least the mythology behind Christmas in July. And it began back in 1942 with the Calvary Baptist Church in Washington, D.C. And they celebrated Christmas in July with carols and the sermon Christmas Presents in July. They repeated it in 1943 with a Christmas tree covered in donations. The pastor explained, and the pastor goes unnamed, which adds to the mystery of the mythology.
It's Santa.
Explained that the special service was patterned after a program held each summer at his former church in Philadelphia, when the congregation would present Christmas gifts early to give ample time for their distribution to missions worldwide. It became an annual event, and in 1945, the service began to be broadcast over local radio, and the rest is history.
Yay!
So in my family, we do not celebrate Christmas in July at all.
No, we don't.
You don't either?
No, we don't recognize either.
I don't think I knew about it until I was like in high school, and I was like, "What? That's a thing?"
Yeah.
You know,
I think we heard about it before. It's not like we celebrated it, but like I remember like Big Lots doing a sale, like a Christmas in July. Like the term was well known.
I didn't even remember seeing that. I don't remember.
Maybe it's more regional, because this is when we were living in Indiana.
Yeah.
So
I don't remember seeing a lot of like commercial stuff about it. I remember I just heard people use the term before, like Christmas in July, of like gift giving or whatever. But I don't.
Well, I know, Charity, you had some cool, because there was like multiple origins about how the Christmas in July thing started. So
the mythology thickens.
Well, I mean, there's so many different ways, you know, because it's been around for a while.
I was reading from the Greek translation. So
I have something for French.
Charity has to amplify.
So I've got two options here. So option one, there is a French opera that came out in 1892. And in the opera, there's a group of kids rehearsing Christmas songs in July. And so one of the children in the song says, "When you sing Christmas in July, you rush the season." So I guess they were upset that they were doing Christmas in July.
Why are we doing Christmas in the summertime?
Yeah.
It's too hot.
Yeah.
Good.
Option two, and this one I was surprised I hadn't heard of, especially since Sarah and I watch classic movies all the time. Mm-hmm. So in 1940, there was a movie called Christmas in July. And in the story, a man is fooled into believing that he has won a $25,000 prize in an advertising slogan contest. He then buys presents for his family and friends and neighbors, and then he proposes marriage to his girlfriend.
Yeah, and it was directed by Preston Sturges, who did a lot of slapstick screwball comedy back in the 40s and stuff.
And stars Dick Powell. We looked it up in the car on the way here.
Yeah.
Okay.
So surprisingly, it's a movie I'd never heard of. It's probably one of those like very lesser known ones, but I mean the fact that there's like a film based on it.
Yeah, that reminds me of another probably in the same vein, less known movies. And it was Bruce Dern's, or is it Dern or Stern?
Bruce Dern.
Bruce Dern,
Like Laura Dern's father?
Yeah. And he like won $1 million, or he got
Like a
suckered
lottery
into
or
a
something?
scam.
Oh, okay.
And he got a letter saying that he got $1 million. He's some guy in Nebraska. And
Wait, it's not Nebraska, is it?
I think it is called
Okay.
Nebraska. Okay.
I was trying to think of like that. Was like Bruce Dern. The only thing I think of recently is Nebraska.
Yeah.
So, okay.
So that's the one, and it turns into a father-son kind of journey and
okay.
reconnecting over this, that the son has to take his father to basically be revealed that it is a scam. That
okay.
there is no $1 million, but it was a fun movie.
It sounds like The Ultimate Gift, where it's some like Christian feel-good movie, but this spoiled brat of a man is supposed to like do all these things and learn hard work and the value,
But James Garner comes in and
Well, it's just like the prize that you win is the value of hard work and all of that, and so anyway, that's what that reminded
No,
me of.
I think that's exactly what it is that the $1 million prize was actually
good morals.
well, just rekindling the familial relationship between a father and a son, which is worth $1 million.
and you can't put a price on that.
Exactly.
Yeah, you can. I want $1 million.
And I think
And
Bruce
my
really
father.
wanted it. Yeah.
It's like,
So the-
yeah, go ahead.
So the real $1 million was the friends we made along the way.
That's
Is that what you're talking about?
that's right.
which works good for the Christmas season.
Well, in the movie, the 1940 movie, I think it was two of his co-workers that set up the prank on him to make him think that he won the money. And then at the end, it kind of got out of hand. And then they're like, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
all is forgiven. Roll credits.
That pretty much sets up Dumb and Dumber too.
That's true. That's a good point.
Okay. Does anybody else have any thoughts on Christmas in July?
I think I have the King James translation. here.
Okay, good.
For Christmas in July. So this was talking about how American advertisers actually used Christmas in July in the summertime to sell stuff.
I
basically.
believe
Obviously,
that.
it's commercial.
Right, from like starting like the 1950s. So like TV stations would then start to like rerun Christmas specials. Stores would have Christmas in July sales, which again I don't think I recall seeing, but
I don't either.
it wouldn't surprise me. I don't
Hobby
think
Lobby has
those are my
their
kind of
stuff
stores,
up,
so.
Yeah.
but that's what they do.
That's just
That's just Hobby Lobby.
That's just what they
They're a
do.
special breed.
Yeah.
Anybody trying to go through like Kmart in the 80s are like, I'm not falling for this.
But this does say that it's like
Get that blue light spinning.
it's like an excuse to have a party.
Yeah.
Basically,
Yeah.
it's like
Yeah.
internationally it says that like that's really why it is. Which if that's going to be the case, I think I prefer Summerween.
Oh,
better.
that's cool.
Oh, I've never heard of that.
Yeah. That was so I hadn't heard of it really before until I watched a show called Gravity Falls. And that
okay.
the whole
That's a
reason
great
was
show.
that whole show ran two seasons, but it was supposed to take place over one summer. So they wanted to have a Halloween
okay.
episode, but it wouldn't make any sense. So they had a Summerween instead.
Okay.
No, basically, but
Nicely
yeah,
done.
Really. So my thing is just an excuse to sell stuff.
Yeah.
Capitalism.
Yeah.
Well, kind of like I think Charity mentioned this in in episode 66. Like this is a time where because it's July and it's Christmas in July, Hallmark still goes hog wild. On all their
Hallmark
Christmas
will
films.
replay old Christmas movies, but they'll make specially like specific Christmas in July movies.
Yeah.
I think the one that they did last year was based on this fictional summer camp where the campers celebrated Christmas in July. Like that was the theme of the camp. It was a July camp. And so they had like a summer romance about these two kids that grew up and they came back to be camp counselors at the Christmas in July camp. And then they rekindled their relationship and some other ridiculous stupidity like that.
That's almost sweet.
The
That's
saccharine
almost sweet.
nonsense.
See, I always thought, even as a kid, I figured we did Christmas in July is because, well,
It's too hot and
it's
you
too
want
hot,
you want the snow.
or we're crazy over halfway through the year, which is amazing that we're to this point now. So it's almost like a coming attraction. Like, let's enjoy it now where it goes. But I thought, and I remember doing some research on this years ago, which makes sense. Usually Christmas in July is on July 25th, which makes sense.
Oh,
You know,
okay.
Oh,
so
we're
it's
6
actually-
months away from Christmas. Oh, wait,
Well,
it's
we're
supposed to be July.
We're actually less. We're less than 6 months away from Christmas.
At the time of this recording, we're
Oh,
less than
joy.
6 months away. Yes.
No, ode to joy. So another reason why Christmas in July is a big thing, more so on the other side of the world, because right now while we're dealing with summer and hot heat, on the other side of the world they're having winter right now.
You're talking about the other hemisphere.
On the southern hemisphere. So you have like Australia, places like that. They're having winter right now. Now they still celebrate Christmas on the 25th of December like everybody else, but they kind of want to have that white Christmas feel that you always see in the movies.
Now that would make sense. Make sense.
Now that sounds like a Hallmark film.
Yeah.
Like some businesswoman has to fly over to Australia to like tear down a little old lady's hotel or something. And instead of it going in like Maine, it's like, no, we're going to Australia.
But what will I tell the orphans?
Christmas down under.
Yeah. And then they have that scene at the end where they have to rush to the airplane.
Yeah.
And the only way they can do it is she has to hop inside the kangaroo's pouch.
I knew you were going to say that.
Just take Joey out of it and just go.
Hold on, did you say Christmas Down Under?
Yes.
That has to be the name of a movie, right?
It probably already
Sounds
is.
like something that already exists.
I'll look up some Hallmark movies later and see.
That's not a present. That's a present.
Or it'll be like Christmas on Wallaby Lane. Our accents are perfect.
Yeah, sorry, Australia.
Oh, I thought about it, but I wasn't even going to attempt it. So, all of our Australian listeners, I don't want to offend.
That's true.
If you're from Australia,
We have a
make
few.
yourself known in the comments.
Yeah.
Let us know how terrible our accents are.
But yeah, so I think that's a lot of it is because on that side of the world, they're having winter right now, and they want to have a wintry Christmas.
Well, then move. It's a place called Canada.
Dan didn't want
We
to.
don't get snow here.
Dan didn't want to offend anybody, so he was like, "We're gonna make fun of all of them. Just get your tail out
It's
of
not
here."
even that hard, right? Australia, just fly to Antarctica.
Yeah.
Plenty of snow. It's done.
It's snow forever and a day.
Please, sir, can you spare a quarter? Get a job.
It's Scrooge. July Scrooge.
July Scrooge. I can understand Scrooge being grumpy right now. It's too hot.
Yeah, I could be a
100
summer
degrees.
Scrooge in July.
Yeah.
No.
So that's our Christmas. Merry Christmas and
Yeah. Yeah.
something that we don't celebrate but yet somehow exists.
Good day.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
That's
not
all I
bad.
got.
That's what everybody
Actually,
has.
said that. It was that. It's the knife.
Yeah.
And it's Foster's Australian for beer. That's all I can do in Australian.
No, I guess that about sums up. We put all the stereotypes in there.
Yeah. Yeah.
I even did the kangaroo thing, so we're all good.
All right. So Christmas in July, and one of the things that is, inevitable with any sort of holiday is going to be the treats, the fun stuff, the
Yay.
goodies.
Yum.
So, what are some of your summertime July treats that you enjoy?
Snow cones.
Ooh, a snow
Snow
cone.
cone.
Okay.
And there's a snow cone food truck. What's it called?
There's several.
Or is it?
There's quite a few.
Oh, okay.
Like, do you like the
it-
tiger's blood syrup? That you
Yeah,
kind with-
the tiger's blood.
I
yeah.
usually go for blue flavors, which I'm
Okay.
the only one in the family
Yeah.
who likes blue,
Blue
but I like
flavors.
blue Powerade and like Gatorade, but it's usually like a blue raspberry
Yeah.
or a blue.
Well, and I will say
something.
one of the geniuses of modern day snow cones is they just give you the snow cone, and then it's up to you to figure out what it's going to taste like.
Oh, good. They give you a job?
Yeah. 'Cause- well, they have on their side of their snow cone trucks, they usually have the syrup
They give
dispensers.
you
Okay.
Yeah.
You do like a suicide of
Yeah,
like
you
all
can-
the different flavors?
Oh, I've had, so my girls, it's a little bit of shaved ice, mostly syrup.
Mostly
you know?
syrup, yeah.
Yeah, you gotta drink it, and after the suicide, it's pretty much like either a very dark purple or a black. Or
Yeah.
something,
Can somebody explain to me why it's misspelled? Why is it SNO cone?
That's how the cool kids do it.
I don't know.
It's more
What,
it's more like
what
a-
is this SNO?
Like
Was the original like the sign painter was going to charge him 25?
Yeah.
Can you make it 22? I can, but
Or maybe
Pinch
just
and pen-
forgot.
I'm selling ice. I need to pinch pennies here, people.
It's called a snacone. A snacone.
well, is it kind of like a
a s'more?
frisbee situation where there's an actual snow cone that was
Oh, like-
trademarked,
like
I
the
don't
brand.
know, yeah.
and then
I don't know. Let's see.
everything else-
Let's see if Mr.
Everything else
Google
is
has
generic.
something.
It could be.
It's like a knockoff of the original.
It could be. Now, as far as snow cones go, there is a new trend in snow cones, and I've only found it at one snow cone truck guy, and he puts like a little bit of soft serve in it.
Ooh.
The snow
Oh,
cone. So it's
really?
shaved ice, a little dollop of soft serve, and then shaved ice.
So it's
I
like
could
a
be for that.
slurp, or not a Slurpee, a Frosty.
slushy?
Well, it's kind of like I don't know, like a drumstick or something, where it's got like a surprise inside. you
Huh.
know?
I could be
yeah.
about that.
Yeah.
See, that's okay. See, the times now I'm because I'm me and I have exceptions to everything. I actually didn't have a snow cone until 2 years ago.
I'm not a fan of them either.
Because me and my sister Charity and our other sister Chris, I don't know why I said my sister Charity. She's right
Yeah,
here.
like you have to introduce me.
Me, Charity, and our other sister Christy. That's what I meant
Evelyn?
to say.
Where's Evelyn?
She was in my pocket last time. No, but at the church we were going to, they did snow cones around this time during the summer, and that was my first time. At least I remember having one. Aside from like the
Yeah.
weird Snoopy snow cone maker I tried to do.
Yeah, everybody should try it at least once and then figure out. You know, it's like a bomb pop too. It's like everybody should at least try a bomb pop.
I'm with you though. Like you like bury your face in the ice, and it's like, oh, that was just ice. Where'd all the flavor go?
It's all at the bottom.
My face is all like, cold.
I think that was my thing. Why I didn't like snow cones. So my approach to a snow cone was to just like suck all the syrup out
Right,
of it,
yeah,
and then all you're
exactly.
left with is ice,
Just
and you're like
ice.
toss.
Well,
it.
that's your own fault. You're doing
Yeah,
it wrong.
Yeah, probably.
But how are you supposed to eat a snow cone if you don't get the?
You eat
suck
it
of the
like a
flavor?
normal
I don't-
human
I don't-
being.
So
I don't
some
like
have a
the
container with
frozen.
a little spoon.
I don't
and
like
stuff in
biting
it.
it into ice.
Oh,
You
I
don't bite.
either.
You're not
You just
biting.
scoop a little.
Yeah.
You guys are doing everything
I
wrong.
have really sensitive teeth. Like if it's really cold stuff.
So
just,
sensitive.
Dude, just that idea.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
I feel like you feel the goosebumps.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, got the
Yeah,
Sensodyne
anything
brothers
that's-
over here.
That's popsicle or anything like that for a summertime treat, I will pass. But like an
Yeah.
ice cream bar, like a
fudgesicle or something.
well, I'm thinking DQ because that's what I grew up on. So a
Mm,
deli
yeah.
bar or a Buster bar or things like
Well, you
that.
still have to bite into that, and it's cold.
No, you gotta lip it.
Yeah, but it's it's not
You gotta
Like you don't
nub
have
it.
teeth.
it's
No, like,
not
yeah,
biting
well,
into ice though.
I can't bite into it. like smush it down. Like I don't have dentures in.
I mean,
you know?
I guess
Put that in a blender.
That's exactly right.
Sir, that's a blizzard, and you'll have to be.
I want a blizzard on a stick,
Yeah,
please.
I just
right.
don't want to pay a blizzard price.
Just give me the blizzard.
$20
take the,
for some
the
ice
stick
cream.
and just stick it in there. No.
It's perfect.
So
yeah,
crazy.
I haven't had popsicles in a long time.
Well, that's good.
Does Dairy Queen still do the blizzard upside down?
Yes, and it doesn't make any sense to
Yeah.
me. I'm just like, I'm never going to eat it that way. I'm never going to do that. Why do you keep turning it
It's just
upside down?
supposed to
on
show
me?
how
I
thick
think
it
it's
is.
to prove how thick it is. Because if you just had like anything else, it would probably start to like, you know.
I'm going to know exactly how thick it is the second they hand it to
Yeah.
me and I take a bite.
It's funny though when there's like a new person who it's probably their first day making a blizzard, and they'll give it to you and turn it upside down. It just
Oh, I've never had that
I-
happen.
we had to wait in the drive-through for like 10 extra minutes because they gave us our
Oh,
blizzards
no.
and they turned both of them upside down and it just
Wow.
plopped right on the ground, and he was just like,
He was
Not
probably
happy.
like, guys, it's July. What do you expect?
here's the spoons, eat it off
Yeah.
the ground.
Like, kind of along the
Got
lines.
an ant colony down there.
kind of like along lines like ice cream and stuff. Did you guys? It's an obvious question for you guys.
Okay.
Did you used to go to the ice cream truck stuff when you were kids?
Yeah.
No, because well, I guess with black families, it's like we got ice cream at home.
We got ice cream. I didn't go to an ice cream truck. So far, my first and only time was after I graduated from college, working at a T-shirt company, and you hear the ice cream. Do you
Yeah.
hear it?
This is my moment.
Well, all the adults. At
I'm
the,
here.
No, I'm here. all the adults, everybody, full grown adults, are like, the ice cream truck is
Oh
here.
my gosh, you just throwing elbows at like little kids. Getting to you.
And they were wondering why I wasn't excited. I'm just sitting on my computer. I'm like, okay, enjoy.
Like, yeah, because I got ice cream at home. Bunch of adults.
And so they're like, I've never gone to ice cream. You've never what? You had a depraved childhood. So they made sure I went to actually get something. I don't even remember what it was now. Maybe one of those Flintstone pops or something.
I think one of the things that has changed, or at least in my experience with my own kids, when I was growing up, the ice cream truck was an irregular route.
Right.
Like it wasn't coming by all the time every day.
Maybe
you
that's
know?
why, because it was a special time.
It
Like,
could be, but
Yeah.
in the summertime in our cul-de-sac in Southern California, every day the ice cream truck would come
Oh.
through, and the first time you're like, sure, get whatever you want. And then the next day you're like, whoa, hey. And
Yeah.
sometimes you're waving them through.
Uh-huh.
But here's the other thing too: is the ice cream truck's evolution from when I was a child. Like all of a sudden, it also sells chips. It sells candy. It sells all
really?
kinds of sodas, cans of soda.
Huh.
Yeah,
interesting.
so it's kind of like
Diversify.
Vending machine.
Yeah.
a convenience store on wheels.
On wheels.
as it's going. I didn't ask if they had Marlboros, but
I was gonna say, yeah, they sell drinks for the parents. That's
Turned
a
into a
different truck.
bodega.
That's
you
actually a double
have to
version.
peer through the beads.
It's got an ATM hanging off the bag.
That doesn't work. Spits out funny money. This is Canadian.
That Ollie, I'm sure something like that exists. That sounds ridiculous enough to be real.
So I have to ask you all, what are the because we're talking about treats? What are the like foot-long ice pop? Like with the
freeze-
plastic thing
freeze
called-
pops,
with
right?
freeze pops.
Yeah.
Thank you. I was
Yeah.
trying to think of the name of them. I couldn't.
Well,
get there,
that's
so.
actually a discussion on social media. If it's ice pops, freezer pops, some people call them juice pops.
Oh, okay. Is that a thing?
Oh,
Okay.
Well, there's a small debate of
But
what
we grew
people
up
I
with,
don't think they're juice.
yeah, that's probably not juice.
colorful ice
That's
pops.
a,
Yeah, it's
that's a
sugar
lawsuit
water.
waiting to happen. They call it juice.
Well,
I think they do
Juice
sell.
in quotes,
like-
juice pops.
I remember when the girls were really little and they were uncomfortable or something like that. Like Pedialyte will sell like
Yes.
Pedialyte that
Oh,
have
okay.
frozen pop.
I think our younger sister got that because she's the youngest and she got that.
Yeah.
But but we
Someone's bitter they didn't get Pedialyte pops.
Yeah.
I don't think it even existed when I was
No.
the guinea pig child. But yeah, my dad he used to get like back when they were like
Yeah.
stupid cheap.
They still
Put 'em-
are.
Yeah, but not
They're
like
not
the way they
1995 prices.
were. Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know what they were in 1995.
I had them a long
I don't know
time.
either.
I
We
don't
didn't
know
buy
either,
them.
but they used to be cheap enough. Even with the little bit of money I had, I bought it
Yeah.
back in
Yeah.
the day. So we used to have a freezer in the garage. We would just have like 800 of them in there.
Yeah.
And then Charity would eat all the purple ones and
Oh,
the
yeah,
blue
yeah.
ones, right? The purples and the blue.
Of course.
And then I usually
I've been consistent
What
since
flavor
day
do you
one.
like? Purple.
and then I would eat all
Purple
I would
juice.
eat all the orange and the green ones, and then whatever was left, Mother would eat.
Yeah.
I think that's
It'd
how
be
that
the yellow
worked.
ones. Nobody
It'd be
likes
the yellow
yellow.
ones. No one
Nobody
likes
wants a yellow one.
What flavor's yellow?
Yellow. It's just it's like M&Ms. There's not
You don't want to know. It's like snow.
yellow snow.
You don't drink the
Is that
yellow
like
ones.
banana or pineapple or something?
There,
Okay.
we used to get banana popsicles and then
yeah,
they would stay in
banana
the
ice
freezer.
cream filled popsicles. Very weird.
We
Now
get banana
that's
ones
something-
and root beer
And
ice
root
cream
beer.
popsicles.
That's something that we would have as a summertime treat, a July treat, and we call
Ice cream
them-
filled popsicles?
No, monkey tails.
Is that what? Oh, the
It was-
twisty ones.
No. You take a banana, you half it, freeze it, and then put a popsicle stick in it, and then dip it in chocolate, and then
poor man's popsicle.
basically.
okay,
But
do
I
it
remember
yourself.
my mom making monkey tails. Yeah.
Oh man, if you hand that to somebody, be like, here, enjoy this. They're like, where's the ice cream?
Yeah.
This life is
It's a
full of
banana.
lies.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't want healthy stuff.
Just be like, just
that out of my
get used
face.
to the disappointment, kid.
I
Wait,
mean,
what
that
was-
makes sense, though.
Well, what was your question? You had a question about the icy pops.
I was just wondering what they were called. I couldn't remember.
Oh,
I'm like,
okay.
just totally blanking.
Okay.
I think I always called them freeze pops. I
Do you
mean,
ever,
I remember calling them ice
do you ever like
pops.
push them?
You
Like,
know-
did you push them open or did you cut them?
We always cut them.
we
Because
always-
if you cut them, you lose a little bit.
oh no.
Yeah?
So you would do it. You get it because we used to cut them in half sometimes.
Yeah.
So that way you could eat one in half.
That makes
and
way
whatever.
more sense.
Yeah.
I never even thought about doing that.
But then once we got old, like 15, we were like, we're old enough to use scissors and cut them, and then so we would get them.
Well, you had to wait till you were 15 to use scissors?
Yeah, I was gonna say
Oh,
you,
no, I'm
made us, you made us really old.
I'm just saying, for the longest time, we always just did them in half. So that's what I
Okay.
was saying.
Oh, shoot,
Well-
I remember doing that.
This
makes sense.
episode has been a real treat. And I've
Oh,
enjoyed
Frozen?
it
Very
so
nice.
much. It's been like a present in July. And
Oh,
I'm really happy to have spent it with you all. And if you'd like to spend a little bit more time with us, Sarah's going to let you know where you can find us.
Yes. So binge listen to all of our episodes to keep cool and to keep having fun, or something like that. Just go to doublestuffpod.com. Check us out there. Our newest episodes on all different podcast platforms. Check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at Double Stuff Podcast, and of course on Twitter at Double Stuff P. And that's the letter P.